Hello everybody, my name is Zen and welcome back to more of our Wildstar footage of the beta. We're going to be showing you guys player housing today, and I'm on my warrior who is level 18. Now, here's how you actually get to your player house once you've unlocked it. So you can just recall to your house, which is very, very cool. But the primary node for it is in the main city, which we will show you to. You recall to your house though, and if you go back out of your house, if you leave your house, it will, with this teleporter, it will put you right back to where you just teleported in at, which is really cool because I could come in here, do some things for questing, and then go right back to what I was doing. Very cool. The first thing is that you have this billboard here, and as soon as you come into your house, there will be a quest that you can click on, and it happens, it's a daily thing, and you could get an XP boost for, you know, PvP or for questing, for doing dungeons and stuff, and it's actually really cool. I really appreciate that. But that teleporter is how you get out, and this is my plot of land, so we have a lot to go through here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So the first thing is that this is my house in the middle here. You have all these other plots of land, like up over there. These aren't really people's plots of land, but they do give you a sense of having, you know, other people around, so you don't just feel super lonely in your little plot of land. But you can completely customize everything, which is the biggest part of the Wildstar housing, which is awesome. I feel like I have as much control as I do in, you know, EverQuest Next Landmark. Like I have so many things that I can be able to do. For instance, like I just have this banner sitting here. I can actually pick this up. If I go to the crate, I can click on it, and then I'm able to move it around anywhere I want, like up on the wall. I can rotate it by doing this. There's little quick ways of doing it. You can also just click on this. I can pop up in this advanced maneuver, and I can, you know, scooch it a little bit or a lot, because there's two different buttons there, which is cool. You put it, you know, like down into the ground or back up. You can also rotate it in any direction. You can adjust the numbers here, which is really nice. You can, you know, fine tune everything. You can change the scale, which is cool. You can send it back to your crate, which we'll talk about in a minute. You can delete it. You can move it or rotate it or copy the transform that you've done on it and paste it onto something else. There's an advanced mode where you can actually see all of the little details going on how to move it, as you can more clearly see there. Like I said, kind of EverQuest Next Landmarky. And then you could just place it. So what happens is everything that you get is in a crate, right? So you got this crate, and you can take all of this stuff and place it on your land. Like I could take this portrait of a sad face and just put it on one of my walls there. I have a wooden bed here. And to better show you this, let's actually go inside my house, where I have a alligator rug. Now, I don't have a lot of stuff, and it should be mentioned that this stuff is all unlocked at level 14 currently in the beta. That's subject to change because it isn't beta, but know that right now it unlocks at level 14. So you can come here, you can enjoy your house at level 14, which is pretty early and pretty cool, especially considering all of this gives you bonuses, which we'll talk about. But all of this stuff in my house I've placed down. So I've placed the shelf, and I placed the things on the shelf there, and I placed that poster, and there's the bed, and all of this fun stuff. And like I said, I can go into my crate, I can find the portrait of a sad face, and I can place it. Where did I place it? I placed it over here, so we can move it. Let's actually move it, I don't know, probably onto this wall, right? Next to my other one. It is upside down, though, I think. Is it? It's kind of hard to tell. Let's close that. It is upside down. So what we can do is we can... Whoops, that's the wrong way. Rotate it like this. There we go. Back the other direction, and then it's where I want it. Now we have a portrait of a sad face in our sad, pathetic house that doesn't really have a whole lot. But a lot of these items give you bonuses. As you see here, I'm getting these like comfort bonuses, and what this does is it gives me bonuses to rested XP. My XP bar is down in the corner. By the way, this isn't the final UI that they're launching with. It's just the one that's in the beta right now. But in the corner, you see, you know, you have all this rested XP that I have, which is pretty cool. And it gets bonuses when I log out inside my house. So, you know, that's one purpose for your house. There's several others that we'll talk about, but this is one purpose. Let's talk about the room. Actually, no, let's do the vendor first because it's on the same topic. You can buy things. The house itself is like the major gold sink of the game. It's a pretty brilliant way of doing it, actually, because you get so many benefits from it. But they have all sorts of things like air conditioner, alchemist books, you know, grass, animal bust. It's just, it's absurd how much stuff they have. And in fact, they have a lot of stuff. The best part is this isn't all of it. This is just stuff that you can buy. You pick up a lot of it while you're just playing the game, doing quests. You get it, you know, out of doing all sorts of things, challenges that'll pop up. We'll talk about challenges later on this week, but there's just a lot of stuff that you get from doing this, which is really cool. And this is also done with renown a lot of the time. You see it's kind of hard to tell right now, but there are differences. Like this is the silver, but some of these things are purchased with renown, which is a currency that you use for the player housing. So that's kind of the store and how many crazy things are in it, but you also have other things you can do while inside your house. You could change the ceiling, so if we look up at my ceiling, we could change all sorts of things going on. Dominion metal. And I like that it changes in real time. That's big. That's big that it does that. Can I zoom in all the way up? There we go. Now I can get a better image of what's going on the ceiling. We'll put it down here. So there's plenty of things that you can actually do to customize your house. And it adds to the total on the left-hand side, which is cool. So we can move this back over here. We can do the trim, which is the trim along the walls. You have all sorts of trim that you can use. Again, some really cool things going on. Lots of customization. It all changes in real time and lets you look at how you want to see it. I actually like the light wood there. Looks pretty cool. Costs 1,000 renown, though. Walls, so you can change the wallpaper. Or not have any wallpaper at all and just have, you know, metal, which is cool. There's a lot of stuff here, though. Like, I'm just skipping through it. And I'd rather have you guys check it out on your own. But there's a lot of stuff going on. You can even change the floor to all sorts of different things. Lots of customization on actually how you get your house looking the way that you want it. So if you have an image in your head of what you want your house to look like, chances are you could do it. You can also change what the lighting is like in your house, like the burning smoke, you know, like, oh, my house is on fire, hellfire, just make it look really dark. Actually, that looks really cool. I like that. The ice cave, industrial. If your heart's as cold as ice, you know, makes a lot of sense for you to have that. Noir. Really like the noir. It's cool. Imagine what you could do as far as machinima goes. Like, there's a lot of options here. And there, in my opinion, I've played a lot of MMOs and I've tried out a lot of housing systems. There has never been something like this, and there will never be something like this for quite some time. It's going to take people a long time to catch on to this system that they have going, because it's very clever. You got to remember, as soon as we close out of this, it all goes right back to normal, because we didn't purchase it, which is quite cool. Same thing could be said about out here, but you got to remember that the whole game is built on their own custom engine, so they're able to make things like this and do very, very well. So for landscaping, you can actually change your house. That's the house I chose, and we'll check it out in a second. But first, I need to change the lighting back just to give you a better idea. So you can actually change the lighting out here too. Kind of the same idea. I like the tornado, because, you know, if you're super far away, you can't see your character, but then it's like, ooh, it's quite nice. They did a very good job on that. It's a good effect. Stormy. So if you're living in London, you can feel like you're at home. Starry night. Nice bright stars. There's a few other ones, like Outer Space 2. Feel like you're in warp space, warp speed space thing. Pretty cool. Hazy. I like the hazy, actually, quite a bit. And to be honest, since the last time I played, they've added more of these. So it's pretty cool. We're gonna buy the default sky. I was using the Northern Lights, which I'll show you real quick. But it's hard to see what's going on. So, house, default sky, buy upgrade. Boom, it's done. You can do the same thing with your doors on your house. You can customize those. You can customize the entryway. You can customize the wall of your house. You can customize the roof. And like I said, they've been adding more of these, so I expected there to be even more options. But for the house specifically, there's different houses. You know, you have this weird thing, that weird thing. You know, you have different images, so you can kind of get an idea of what the house is like, which is kind of cool. And this is your main house that you see in here. This one's the pre-order bonus, if you pre-order the game, which you can get 20% off on Green Man Gaming right now. So it's very worth it to do that, to pre-order from them rather than from the actual site, unless you want to give the developers more money, which at this point I think they deserve it. Some of these are quite expensive houses-wise, but you know, this is a multi-story house. This one's nice. Then you have different plots. So this is obviously your house, but you have the different plots over here, and there's a lot of things that you can do it. So on 2x1s, you have different things, like you do different biomes, which is cool. You could do a dueling area, blasted landscape. What else is there? A rock garden, a elaborate rock garden, a Ferris wheel. You want a Ferris wheel on your house? You could do that. There's just so much stuff here. It boggles my mind. Magma flow on your house, which is cool. Robot workshop. There's another spaceship, which it does not have a preview for. Beta is beta. Spooky graveyard. There's other things you could do. Anti-air defense tower, and this is on the 1x1s. Barbecue pit. Bone pit. Crafting kiosk, which is nice. Q-pig feeder, which, by the way, the Q-pigs are the cutest things ever. A cute date spot. Ladies. Darkspur floor patio, or piano. So you can, by the way, that actually works, the floor piano. And these fab kits you get from actually playing the game. A Datascape raid portal, so you can actually go straight into the raid from your house, which is pretty cool. Dominion holograms, Dominion helicopter pads. It's awesome. There's a lot of stuff here. Fireworks launchers. Like, look at this. It's nuts. There's so much there. The best part is, you can also do things like this. So, this over here is my meteor, which I got from questing. It landed on my plot. It's not very safe on my place. But I added this because one of my crafting skills is weaponsmithing. Well, I need to be able to mine with it. So, my place grows mining nodes. And, you know, every 20 minutes I could come back to my house and pick up some titanium, which is cool. Whoops, there we go. So I can pick up some titanium, get some XP for mining, all that fun stuff, and these will grow back over time. So like I said, about every 20 minutes, every time that this cooldown is up, which is a 20-minute cooldown, I go back to my house, I do a little bit of this, get some awesome materials that I need, and then I go back to questing, and it puts me right back where I was. So it's not like I'm going out of my way at all, I'm just going back to my house. So there are various reasons to actually be at your house, to have a good house, to upgrade your house, because it gives you benefits. We'll talk about this thing over in a second, because it's actually very cool. But I'm just going to leave the rest of this mining things. By the way, the names, that's a mod that I have going on. It's much easier to see mining nodes when you have the names above them. When you're out questing, I have a kiddie pool. Not because I'm a pedophile, but because my Draken likes kiddie pools. What's wrong with that? Weirdos. I also have a festival place where this is something I got out of questing, actually, so it's the kiddie pool. But I'm able to pick up food and stuff and get buff food from it, which is pretty awesome. But then I have this moonshiner's cabin where I can make moonshine, and there's a challenge. So we're going to pop up here.
Challenge begins.
And you see up over here, it's going to... I have to... Whoops, I don't want to leave the area. No, I'm in the area, I swear. Oh, it's going to... Hold on, let's do it. Yes, I know. Leave it, please.
Challenge failed.
Now let's try this again.
Challenge complete.
Oh, I broke it. Beta is beta. Lol. Anyways, you stomp on your berries here until you have enough to distill it. And in which case, and it's funny because it broke because I had already finished it not like 20 minutes ago. But you do this, you make berries, you stomp on it until the spigot's able to be clicked on, and then you go through a process of actually making your moonshine, and then you have moonshine. And it gives you disorient, which is funny because forward is moving me left, backwards moving me right, left is moving me forward, and right is moving me backwards. That's what disorient does. But you can move naturally, but just moving with your mouse. Anyways, it's really cool that you could just put all this stuff on your plot. There's a lot of different things you could do. There's vendors all over the world that allow you to buy things. There's, separate quests that give you rewards for it. You do challenges out in the world that will give you stuff for it. It's just a lot of fun. So I could teleport out, and after crashing and coming back, beta is beta, we're back to right where I was. So now what I could do is I could, teleport again in 3 minutes and go straight back to my house. Or I can continue questing, doing what I'm doing, and then go back to my house later if I wanted to. But before we end, I want to quickly switch over and show you where the main area is to actually get into your housing place in the city and kind of what it looks like so you can look for it on either faction. And this is where it's at in the main city. So this is how you actually get to your house. This is what teleports you there. Nice little Sims music. Gotta love it. But where this is at in the Dominion city anyways is right here. So pretty easy to find. I don't know about the exiles. I haven't gotten that far yet. But what this does show you is that, you know, is at least where it's at and what to look for. When you hit level 14, you'll get a quest that'll take you to the main city anyways, and it will guide you through all of this process and getting to your house, which is quite nice. It's a little tutorial area. It's awesome. It's fun, and I'm glad that it is in the game because this is seriously, I think, an unbeatable housing system. It is just so good. I don't know of anybody that could possibly make anything better than this. Love it. But with that being said, we shall see you guys next time.